All right, in this DeBacco University video, we're looking at the basic guide to create your own cannabis strain. So this can be a very time-consuming and detail-oriented process. This is just, again, a basic guide here to give you an idea if it's something you're considering. So first, you have to start somewhere. Even when you're seeking to make a new strain, you have to start somewhere with some material. Determine what you want to breed for is important. Meaning, are you looking for morphology, the structure of the plant, the cannabinoids, the terpenes, the flowering time, the yield, the plant behavior, or potentially disease resistance? So it's important to know what is currently available in the market. Once you know what you want to breed for, be sure to check to see if it already exists or if it's something that's close to what you want already exists. So you don't waste the time going through that yourself. This may help you start with material and will require less dramatic changes to get to your goals, allowing for less time to get to the end result, which could be very important. In addition, you can help reduce the overall initial variability to help get your plan more specific and refined. Also, knowing what's currently available, not only could it act as starting material or eliminate potentially what you're breeding, but can also see, while it does take a long time, you can also see what the market's kind of favoring currently. And that may take some subtle cues or try to get an idea where it's going to try to breed for the next big thing. Your breeding goal, once you have kind of selected your breeding goals, choosing strains that allow you to best achieve your goals can then be selected. Again, you have to have that idea where you're going. Be sure to have areas to grow male pollen-producing plants that are isolated from female plants. And if you have multiple strains, be sure plants are isolated to only allow known or chosen crosses to take place, so you don't increase massive genetic variability or have some mixing of certain strains that you don't want to have mixed for your end goal. Isolation is an important part of the process. So when you're making crosses between plants, you want to ensure that you know the cross is being made. In order for this to occur, both plants need to be isolated to ensure the crosses being made are known genetic crosses, not kind of open pollinated crosses. This should include both physical isolation, and also you want to make sure that your ventilation systems are also isolated to avoid unintentional travel of pollen. If you have an exhaust system from a male grow tent going right into a female grow tent, it is very possible to pick up some of that pollen because it carries in the air so well and unintentionally have that pollen enter the female plants and get some crossing going on. So make sure even your ventilation systems are isolated. The time and labor required. This is something that will not occur in just one generation. You need to be willing to commit to a long-term process. Establishing growing areas and plants of both male and female genders so seeds can be produced are essential. This requires space and organization from your standpoint, from the grower, as well as organization within the plants and areas. So this is just that consideration to have to make sure you have all this in place before you start in this breeding endeavor. Plant health. So while it's important to keep your plants healthy no matter what the situation is, for breeding it can be extra important as you may only be working with only one plant with very unique genetics. Keeping the plant material healthy is extra importance as there is no backup. So you can't just start another round of seeds or find another set of clones or order some more in. You're dealing with a very unique individual. So keeping the individual healthy is important because that's your whole breeding program is based on that particular plant. And I can't stress enough, but the importance of record keeping. Record keeping allows for documentation, and this is critical to any successful growing or breeding operation. Documenting, as we can see here, dates, what you fed it with, the types, the varieties, any sort of things that you're noting, any sort of applications that you're making, any disease that you might be seeing, deficiencies, feeding cycles, all in anything and everything should be documented here so you can have a great idea or a great track record when you look back at those varieties through the breeding process. Now, I have other videos here kind of listed to provide specifics and how to select a cannabis plant material for breeding, selecting a male plant for cannabis breeding, and general cannabis breeding overview, and much, much more on this channel. If you find something that you like, by all means, leave a comment, hit the like button, and it's also very welcomed when you subscribe to the channel and tell others. So anything you can do to help promote the channel and hopefully you find the content helpful is much appreciated.